everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could be with me this Tuesday morning, May 31st, 2022, the Tuesday after Memorial Day. Hope you all had a peaceful and joyful Memorial Day, as Memorial Day marks the beginning of the summer. Here at Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to make you a successful currency trader, and we do that by teaching you how to use our proprietary trading tools, and we do that by teaching you one-on-one. And we think one-on-one training is really the only effective way to learn currency trading, learn from somebody who knows how to do it. There are lots and lots of information out there, and when you try to do it on your own, it's too much to go through and figure out what's good and what's bad. And we are so confident in how well our tools work that once we've trained you, we let you trade with company funds and split what you make. With that, in this session, we have a dozen different trade signals, depending on your how you like to trade. And as we train you, we figure out what resonates with you, and we create a trade plan around that. The trade that is my specific favorite is something called the 10-point trade, where basically we're trying to get the lines to line up. So we will see what we can see that's available this morning on that. If we don't find anything, we will switch over to a little scalp trade called the thick orange line trade and see if there's something available there. Before we get going, we need to listen to this guy, so we'll just do that and get started.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about our program is that we do these live trades where at a certain time we have a trader come online. While you watch, they do their analysis, so it's a bit of a teaching moment. And when they're done, they recommend a trade. So you walk away with a trade that's has a very high percentage chance of winning, and that also helps you evaluate the quality of the tools when someone knows how to use them. When you're a light member, you get access to what's in the yellow. So we're in the Tuesday morning trade now, and a little later this morning at 9:30 Eastern, there's an intro to coaching session. But when you become a regular member, in addition to the live trades I do, you will get access to, there's a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. There is a trade in the evening at 6 p.m. And then there is also another trade in the evening at 10 p.m. And on top of that, if you want even more, you can pay for an extra session at 8 p.m. So lots of opportunities to trade. Historically, on these trades, if you copied them, they used to net 150 pips a week. So that is, if you do 150 pips a week, you would, and you follow our risk management rules, you would double your money every 4 months. So with that, let us get going. I work off of a little trade routine. I check to make sure my green charts and MetaTrader 4 are connected and live. And I restart my green chart every day. I shut it down and turn it back on to make sure the memory is refreshed and any updates are there. A good practice at the end of every day is to review the previous day's or review that day's trades. Improvement is incremental. We're not looking for progress or perfection, but just progress. How can I get better at what I'm doing? And by looking at the trades that didn't go the way you expected them to go, is there an insight to be gained there, or something that you can put into your tool bag so that you don't keep repeating mistakes? So to do that, you need to spend some time looking at what didn't happen that should have happened. If you can't figure it out, now sometimes things just go, the read was a good read, the signal, you read it right, and it just, something changed and it went the other way. If you can't figure it out, go speak to your coach or schedule some time with me, and we'll take a look and see if our analysis would have been any different. Given that we are technical traders, we want to know what news is coming up so that we can trade around that news. To figure out what that news is, we go to Forex Factory, and we are specifically looking for red events. Forex Factory does a nice job of delineating news that's specific to currency into three categories. Yellow is low impact, orange is medium impact, and red is high impact. And as we can see, we don't have any red coming up till tonight on the Australian dollar. So we've got clear trading. So let's go ahead and do that. I start on a 1 hour chart, and I am looking for a setup. And I'm going to start using this light 6 major chart, which is one of the standard charts. And I start with the middle section of the chart, and I am looking for situations. This middle section of the chart is called the majors and minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. Red horizontal line is the oversold line. So when the lines are below the red line, that means the market's oversold. When the market's oversold, that is a good time to buy. This blue horizontal line is the overbought line. When the lines are above the blue line, the market's overbought. That's a good time to buy. And what I'm specifically looking for is when we're oversold. I want to.
Well, can you show your screen? Can't see your screen right now.
You can't see my screen right now. Let's see. Holy smokes. Thank you. How about now? Okay. Thank you for I missed one step in the setup here, turning on the screen. So we are looking for situations. So the middle part of the screen, we are looking for situations where we are oversold, where the lines are down here going up, or overbought, the lines are up here going down. On this chart allows me to go through a bunch of pairs quickly to see if I see my setup. I'm trading off of a 1 hour chart, which means each candle has 1 hour's worth of information in it. And on a 1 hour chart, a move is worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. For me, I find the sweet spot to be around 10, 11, 12 pips. So here we're in the middle of the channel, nothing. Euro USD, we are oversold. Everybody's going up. And I have what is known as the double cross. The green line has crossed over the red, and the gray line has crossed over the black. So I have 3 points here. One that we're oversold, two that everybody's going up, and three that's a double cross. When I get 3 points here, I then will look to my majors and minors, and I want to see, my TNTs, and I want to see how many lines are consistent with what I'm seeing here. So this is telling me buy. When I go up to the TNTs, the 2 orange lines are going up, the thick and the thin orange. The blue lines are inversely related. So what that means is when blue is going down, that is buy. So I've got the 2 blue lines going down. The thick blue is a little steeper than the dotted blue. So all 4 are telling me buy. I want at least 3 out of the 4 telling me buy. So I've got the second part of the signal. And then I'm going to drop down to the pressure, and I want either these lines going up or I want the green line on top. And I do have the green line on top. So I have a point of the pressure, 1 point on the pressure. So each of these sections is measuring something different. So when I get agreement across all 3, I've got a very high chance of the trade doing what I want. So I've got confirmation on all 3 measures. And the other thing I like here is that the green line is separating from the red line. The distance between it is diverging. It's getting bigger. The line is moving away, and you can see the green line. It's more steeply sloped here and less steeply sloped here. So it's getting less steep as it's going down. In fact, it looks like it wants to pull up. So I've got 8 points here. So when I have 8 points, I want to then do a confirmation of the setup off of the 2 and the 4 hour chart. So to do a confirmation off of the setup, I'm going to go to a full chart of the Euro USD, which I already have up because that is the principal pair that I trade off of. So here's what we were just looking at, the 1 hour chart. On this chart, I've got a 2 minute, a 30 minute, a 2 hour, a 4 hour, and a 1 day chart. So I am going to look at the 2 hour and the 4 hour. And basically what I want to see is that we are oversold in the 2 and the 4 hour. In this case, we are oversold and the lines have already started to go up. I don't necessarily need the lines to go up. I just want to make sure that we're oversold. So if this changes, if this weakens, that I will catch the trade here or here. It'll just take longer to get. So we are oversold going up. I like that. We also have, I don't pay as much attention to the pressure on the 2 hour, but the green line has crossed over the red. Usually when the green line crosses over the red, we will have a green candle. And we do have a green candle. And on the 4 hour, we are also oversold. The lines are sideways. That's okay versus going up here. I just want them oversold again because I will catch. Eventually, these are going to go up when we're oversold. So I've got confirmation. I like the setup here. Now I am going to take a look to this trade is kind of a little bit more complicated, and now I need to figure out what it's worth. And the way I figure out what it's worth is I go to a kind of a clean chart, and I want to figure out what it's worth. I'm going to look at the trend and where the support and resistance is. So since I trade this a lot, I already have my support and resistance on the chart. And support and resistance are basically spots where the candles seem to naturally stop. And you'll see, like right in here, the candles seem to naturally stop. Right in here, they stopped. Right in here, they stopped. I want to know where those are because the candles seem to naturally stop. I don't want to trade through those spots because when I pick a trade, I want to get in and get out. And if I know the candle's going to kind of naturally stop here, I don't want to trade through it. So that's going to kind of define how many points I want to take. So what I want to do is make this a little bigger. So in terms of the trend, what kind of trend do you think we're trading into? This is a big long up streak. It seems like it might have broken it a little bit here, but right now I'm going to call this a it depends where I want to mark it, but if I mark it here, we could say this is an uptrend. It broke the uptrend. I'm going to say that we're still in the uptrend. So I want to know the trend because I don't want to trade against it. If the market's moving up, I'm not smarter than the market. I want to just follow where the market's going. So if I'm taking a sell trade into a buy trend, I'm going to take less pips than I am if I'm taking a buy trade into a up market. So we are trading into an up market. So I'm going to go so that's in our favor. So then I want to know is how much room do I have to that next line? So I'm going to take my little measurement tool. So we've got about 11 pips up and 19 pips down. One of the things on a 1 hour chart, these lines will be about 30 to 40 pips apart. And you can see this one is right on the money in terms of being 30 pips. So we've got about 11 pips till we hit this line. I'm going to go ahead and take a 10 pip buy. 10 pip buy. I just want to go back and take one more look at this. Yeah, so to take a buy, we are going to open up. You can do this in your simulator, or if you're using the MetaTrader 4, open up your MetaTrader 4. Euro USD, I already have that chart open. If I didn't, I would go to File, New Chart, and it'll be in the first group here, Euro USD. Then once I've got the chart up, I like to put it defaults to the 4 hour. I like to put it to the 1 hour. So I'm looking at the same thing I was looking at before on the green chart. On this second row here, I'm going to go to new order and open up the new order window. I'm going to confirm the symbol is correct, that I'm looking at the right chart. My volume or lot size is going to be a function of how much is in the account. This is a demo account. It has $8,100 in it. Good practice is to move this decimal place over 4 spots. If I move it over 4 spots, that's going to be 0.81. So 0.81 is going to be my lot size. With a 0.81, I can have 2 open trades and keep my margin where it needs to be to be able to kind of accommodate any move. So I'm going to put in 0.81. I am not going to worry about my stop loss or take profit right yet. It's going to be a market execution, and I am going to just click buy by market. So buy by market, it records it. It shows it down here. If I click anywhere along the entry down here, it highlights it in blue. If I right click, and it brings up this little menu. I'm going to go to modify or delete order. And this is where I am going to add my my take profit and stop loss. So we said we were going to go for 10 pips. There was 11 pips there. I'm going to go just inside of it. 10 pips is 100 points. I just add an extra 0. If I click this little blue box here, it's going to do the math for me down here. And then we will use a 4-to-1 as a stop loss. So if I'm going for 100 or 100 points, 10 pips, I'm going to go for 40 pip stop loss. And that's 400 points. I click the little red button. It drops it in. And I click the modify button. And what happened here? Let me just go back. Modify 100, 107. We got in at 107,314. So if I add 10 pips to that, I'm going to go to 107,414. 414. So I'm going to go to 107,414. Oh, and starting to go the other way. Let's go back and take a look. Ooh. The signal has changed. Let me. So many news. No news. You know what I'm going to do right now? I am going to wow. I'm going to go ahead and hedge this. So let us, to hedge it, I'm just going to take a trade in the opposite direction. So new order. It's going to be for the same lot size. I'm going to do a sell by market. Sell by market locks the loss in. So I have I've got a buy and a sell for the equal amount. Since I have a buy and a sell for the equal amount, I'm going to go ahead and remove my stop loss here because my trade is protected. Because as one goes down, the other goes up. So it keeps the loss the same amount. So on the buy sell, I'm going to go in, right click, go to modify. I'm going to take my stop loss off since I've hedged it. Now I need to think about what the take profit is on this. So we've got a buy and a sell where we're hedged. So basically, I'm always out. Right now, I'm out $191. So I want to go and take a look at the signal and figure out what my next move is. Wow, it's already hit this, the 107. Huh. All right. I'm going to show you some advanced things right now. So I am profitable on this trade, the sell trade. On the sell trade, I haven't put in a take profit or stop loss in yet. For the stop loss, I am going to right click, go to modify, and I'm going to put my stop loss in right above where we got in. So we got in at 107.083. So I'm going to put my stop loss in right there. So if it pulls back, it'll just close this out. 107. I'm going to put it 08. I'm going to go a little bit under it to cover the difference in the bid and the ask. So I'm going to go at 107.08. So the stop loss line is right where I entered. So if it pulls back, it'll just close this out. If that happens, I will put back my stop loss on my buy trade. Now, in terms of how many points I want to take, I think we'll just go down to this, the 106. We'll take half the distance to this 106.77. So 106.77, and we're at 107. So that's 106.77. So that's 23 pips. So we're going to go down to 106.88. We'll split the difference here. 106.88. So I'm going to again right click, go to modify. I'm going to add, I'm going to go to 106.88. For now. And let's take one more look here, because it's going to hit that in a second. We should take a little bit more. 106. Here's another tool I use, but we don't teach it to you until you get advanced. So everything has gone red here. So we might even be able to take a little bit more. Actually, you know what? We're going to take a little bit more. These lines are very steep. Steep. Let's take a little bit more. So I'm going to right click, modify, and I'm going to add another 10 pips to that. So I pushed it out. So we are closer to Euro USD 106.77. 106.77. One oh six 106.8. That's close enough. So we've got to take profit at 106.80 versus where that resistance line is, or support line, at 106.77. So it's 3 pips difference. So right now my principal interest is in preventing the loss versus taking a gain. I could close this out and have a 100-point gain, but at this point, I'm interested in just protecting the loss until I can get in a position to we can get that to start going the other way. So if this trade closes, I will then reevaluate. Like if we get to take profit on the sell portion of the trade, I will then reevaluate how I want to protect the other part of the trade, the buy portion of the trade. and that may mean I hedge or again, or maybe I'll buy and ride it on the way up, and on the way up I will then close both when I get enough pips to basically call it a break even. But my goal is to prevent losing money. If I can get back to break even, I'll be happy. So this is kind of where the training comes in, on when the trade doesn't do what you wanted. We had a good signal there, and then everything changed while we were analyzing it. So so at this point, I am going to wait and see what happens, and then kind of reevaluate how I want to minimize this bad trade that I've got on the books. You can see I'm still basically at 190 loss, 191 loss, and that's where we stepped in and hedged. So let's see what we got for some questions. Okay, gang. Let's take one last look and see what we're seeing here. All right, so it's not going down as steep anymore. The miners have started to turn around. Let's oops. I'm trying to think if we change the stop loss on that. You know what? I think it's ready to turn. Oops. What the heck? So we're at 107.016 is where this line is, 107.016. I'm going to move my stop loss just above this spot. So if it starts to break it and pull back, we'll get a little bit of profit. 106. 106. What did I say it was? $107,016. So I'm going to change this to 107,016. 107,016. I'm going to actually make it a little higher than that, 019. So if it breaks that line, it closes it out, and we'll get a little bit of profit as it goes back up. And then what I may do is on this trade, since the signal has changed on that original trade, once it gets back to entry, I might just close it out at break even and then be done with it and go on to the next trade. Because now we're in a different time, we're in a different time slot, and I don't want to wait for it. The signal is going to be different. So I'd reevaluate the signal once we get close and then just close it out. All right, gang. Thank you. We will be doing this again. All right. So it's closed out. It started to go up. So, we made $50 on that, and we're going to wait for it to go back up. Once it hits the entry point, we'll just close it out and consider that a day. Okay. Thank you for being here. We will do it again next Thursday, or this coming Thursday. We're here to help make you great traders. If you've got any questions, reach out to whoever's coaching you or schedule some time with me. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.